Hi everyone, in this review I'll be providing you with the installation instructions for setting up the Yale Smart Lock from Yale Real Living. I wanted to replace my existing deadbolt from my garage entry door with a smart lock so I wouldn't need to carry a key around. I felt the Yale electronic lock is the best deadbolt smart lock for my application. So first let's unbox the Yale Smart Lock and see what's included. This is the single cylinder model with a keyhole for backup and a Zigbee module for integration with Alexa on the Amazon Echo Plus. So inside here we have a brown envelope containing the Yale Real Living installation and programming guides, a yellow card here to tell us how to reach tech support, and this foldout contains the 5-step installation instructions for the Yale Smart Lock. Now if your door is not already pre-drilled for a deadbolt, Yale's included a template here that you can apply over the door by folding it over your door edge and then drilling out with your hole saw. So in here it looks like we have the outer half containing the keypad and keyhole. So let's take the lock out of the bag now. And as you can see, it has a nice stainless looking finish. The Smart Lock's keypad is covered with a protective film. And there aren't any scratches from shipping, which is nice, and it looks and feels pretty solid. On the back here you can see there's a nice rubber gasket, which should help seal out the moisture and humidity. And the cam bar here feels pretty standard. And there's our communications cable. And inside this white box is the red Zigbee module provided by ASA Abloy. And this will allow me to connect to my Amazon Echo Plus. And inside this box we have, looks like some more information here. Okay, this is for enrolling the Zigbee module with your wireless network. Now in the bottom of the box we have the last half of the deadbolt. Here's another gasket with the outer mounting plate attached. Again, that should seal out everything that you don't want inside your house or the lock. Here's the circuit board, and the gasket just neatly goes over the back and seals out everything nice and tight. On the other side, we have our thumb turn. You can go ahead and test that out. Make sure that moves the cam. And it does. Okay, down towards the bottom here, we have one more box. And inside here, we have the deadbolt's bolt and strike plate. Now to test out the deadbolt's bolt, I'll take a screwdriver and stick it in here and just make sure that it opens and closes nicely. And it feels pretty good. It's more solid than some of the other ones I saw at the store, like from competitors. Some of the competition, the bolt itself felt kind of almost plastic. So this feels a little bit more high quality. Here we have our mounting bolts in the plastic bag. And lastly, the Yale deadbolt comes with 2 keys for backup, which is important to me because I did not want to get locked out of the house when the batteries die. Speaking of which, Yale actually includes 4 AA batteries for your smart lock already in the box. All right, let's take a final inventory here. We have the keypad and keyway. Over here, we have the inner side of the housing with thumb turn. We have the deadbolt, the batteries, keys, strike plate, wireless module, bolts, and instructions. Now I'm at the deadbolt I'm going to be replacing, so I'll be removing these 2 screws and then sliding out the deadbolt. Originally, I was planning on reusing the deadbolt from the previous lock, but I noticed the cam slot didn't have the same thickness as the new one from the Yale lock. So instead of looking for problems, I'm going to use the deadbolt provided with the smart lock. The new one. And that fits, so that's handy. There's an up indication, so make sure you're paying attention to that. And take out the screws that are pointed from the bag. Alright, so now we have the bolt in place, so we can go on to attaching the next part. Alright, now that the bolt is through, we can attach the exterior escutcheon and then slide that through the bolt and into the interior keypad. You need to make sure things are in the unlocked position so that this rod that goes through the bolt should be horizontal. So this metal piece comes off basically the keypad, and that's going to make it for easier mounting. So I took that off and I'm going to attach that next. And just slide this in through the female side on the other side. Okay, now for our next step, we'll take these 2 long screws that come in the packaging and we're going to put them in these mounting holes, which will also thread through the bolt inside the door. The trick is lining up both bolts so that it threads through the keypad on the other side of the door. Just gonna make sure if I can get it level, I will. Okay, let's make sure everything still opens and closes. Now that the back plate's attached, I'm going to take the interior module, make sure that this is horizontal so that I can slide it into that turn pin, and I need to route the data cable in there. There is a hook you have to get it through so that it doesn't pinch, and then it'll slide into that spot there. Alright, now in these 1, 2, 3 holes, we're going to attach the black screws that came in the clear plastic bag. Now if everything is attached correctly, this should open and close smoothly. Make sure the bolt's retracted, and the next step is to install the AA batteries that Yale provided in the package for the smart lock.
Welcome to Yale Real Living.
And then the last step is you can install the Yale Zigbee module made by Assa Abloy, and we can reattach the Yale cover plate. And now the Yale Smart Lock with Zigbee module is attached. Next step is registering a key code and locking myself out of the house. Now that we got all that set, I'm just going to go ahead and peel that off.
Register master code. Press the gear key to continue.
You push the gear key.
Enter a 4 to 8 digit PIN code. Registered. Press the gear key to continue. Press 1 to register a code. Press 3 to delete a code. Register user code. Press the gear key to continue. PIN code registration. Enter a 4 to 8 digit PIN code. Registered. Press the check key to complete. Press completed.
Alright, so that's been part 1 of installing the Yale Deadbolt. In part 2, I'll be connecting the Yale Smart Lock to Amazon's Echo Plus hub for Alexa integration so that I can turn my locks on and off, so that I can use Alexa or the Amazon Alexa app to lock and unlock my doors. And if you found the video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel or clicking on the like button down below. Thanks a bunch.
I get to be in part 2.